the invisible side of power, the private world behind Jeff Bezos. To the world, Jeff Bezos represents scale, disruption, and relentless ambition, a man who transformed how humanity shops, computes, and even dreams about space. But beyond the towering systems he built lies a far quieter, deliberately hidden dimension of his life, his family. In an age where visibility often equals influence, Bezos has done something unusual for a figure of his magnitude. He has kept his children almost entirely out of sight. This is not accidental, it is engineered. Privacy as a strategy, not an accident. While many high-profile families gradually blur the line between personal life and public brand, the Bezos household has drawn that boundary with precision. Despite immense curiosity from media and the public, very little is known about his 4 children, not their daily routines, not their personalities in detail, and in some cases, not even their appearances. This level of privacy is rare. It signals something deeper than caution. It reflects a belief. Identity should be built internally, not shaped externally by attention. The eldest, a life of quiet inheritance. Preston Bezos, the eldest son, occupies a unique position, close enough to the center of power to understand it, yet distant enough to remain unaffected by its noise. His life reflects a subtle paradox. Raised with extraordinary privilege, yet guided toward intellectual independence. Rather than stepping into visibility, Preston appears to have chosen a path of deliberate obscurity. His education, linked to elite institutions, suggests rigor and ambition, but without public performance. Unlike many heirs to vast fortunes, he doesn't seem interested in becoming a symbol. Instead, he appears to be becoming something more difficult, an individual separate from his inheritance. The Unseen Sons, a masterclass in disappearance. Even more striking is the near-total absence of information about Bezos' 2 younger sons. In a hyper-connected world where even minor public figures leave digital footprints, these 2 individuals exist almost entirely outside public awareness. No confirmed images, no verified names circulating widely, no social media presence. This isn't just privacy, it is intentional invisibility. Their upbringing appears designed to eliminate one of the greatest distortions of modern life, being known before knowing oneself. The adopted daughter, a different kind of legacy. Among Bezos' children, the adopted daughter represents perhaps the most emotionally profound dimension of the family story. Adopted from China, her presence reflects values that contrast sharply with the public image of extreme wealth and corporate dominance. This decision speaks to something often overlooked. Expansion is not only economic, it can be emotional. Legacy is not only built, it can be shared. Within a family associated with scale and ambition, adoption introduces a different narrative, one of inclusion, empathy, and global connection. She is not just part of the family, she is a symbol of what that family chooses to stand for beyond success. Parenting philosophy, curiosity over control. Both Jeff Bezos and MacKenzie Scott approached parenting with a philosophy that diverges from traditional elite upbringing. Rather than overstructuring their children's lives, they emphasized exploration, independent thinking, hands-on learning. Bezos often describes something he valued deeply, puttering time. This refers to unstructured moments, fixing things, experimenting, wandering intellectually without a strict goal. Why does this matter? Because creativity rarely emerges from rigid schedules. It emerges from freedom combined with curiosity. 2 influences, 1 framework. The Bezos children are shaped by 2 fundamentally different yet complementary forces. 1, Jeff Bezos, the builder, long-term thinking, systems design, risk-taking, and experimentation. 2, MacKenzie Scott, the giver, empathy and humility, purpose-driven action, quiet, large-scale impact. Together, these influences create a powerful internal tension. Build the future, but remember who it's for. This duality may be the most valuable inheritance they receive, not wealth, but perspective. Wealth without exposure, a rare model. In today's culture, wealth often leads to visibility. Visibility leads to influence. Influence leads to identity. But the Bezos family has disrupted that chain. They've created a model where wealth does not require performance. Influence does not require attention. Identity is not outsourced to public perception. This is increasingly rare and increasingly powerful, because anonymity in this context becomes a form of freedom. Life after divorce, stability without spectacle. When Bezos and MacKenzie Scott separated in 2019, the world expected turbulence. Instead, what followed was controlled, respectful, and unusually quiet. Their approach to co-parenting prioritized emotional stability, consistency, mutual respect. Even as Bezos entered a new relationship with Lauren Sanchez, the structure around the children remained largely undisturbed. The result is a blended family dynamic that, despite extraordinary circumstances, appears grounded in normalcy. The hidden advantage of an unseen childhood. Growing up outside the spotlight offers something most children of extreme wealth never experience: the ability to fail privately, the space to experiment without judgment.
the chance to form authentic relationships. These advantages are subtle but powerful. They allow identity to develop organically, not as a reaction to public expectation, but as a result of personal discovery. The larger pattern, control beyond business. Bezos is often described as a master strategist in business, but his approach to family suggests something broader. He doesn't just build systems for markets, he builds systems for life. And in this system, privacy is protection, independence is engineered, identity is self-constructed. Final insight, the quiet counterbalance to power. The world sees Bezos as a figure of expansion, commerce, cloud computing, space, but his family life represents the opposite force: containment, restraint, and intentional limitation. While his companies scale infinitely, his children grow in carefully bounded environments. This contrast may be the most revealing part of his story, because it suggests that even for one of the most powerful individuals on Earth, there is a clear understanding. Not everything should be scaled. Some things must remain small, private, and protected. Closing thought. The story of Jeff Bezos' children is not one of visibility but of absence, and that absence is meaningful. It tells us that behind one of the loudest empires in modern history exists a deliberately quiet world, where identity is not inherited but discovered, power is balanced with humility, and the future is shaped not in public but in private. Don't forget to like and subscribe.